A county with a coastline to enjoy all year round, whether summer sunbathing on an idyllic horseshoe bay, a winter's day out hunting for fossils washed out from the prehistoric cliffs, or glorious spring and autumn hikes along the many spectacular footpaths. It's no surprise that so many people choose Dorset as the place in which to settle down.
Have you ever wondered what the UK's favourite type of home is? Well, the general public have been quizzed and the results are in. And surprisingly, it isn't a vast country mansion on a huge private estate. It is, in fact, a 4-bedroom detached home next to the coast. Looks like we've come to the right place then.
The West Country county of Dorset is certainly a good choice for those looking to live beside the sea. And whether it's coast or countryside, for many who already call the place home, it's the great outdoors that's the main attraction.
There's a lot of fresh air, so if you ever need to get out, there's always a place you can go and you calm yourself down.
If you want to walk the dog, or if you want to go look for rock pools or stuff, you've got a bit of everything. Or if you want to go paddleboarding, you've got it all.
And all that fresh air is bound to build up a healthy appetite. Luckily, 8,000 years of fishing and farming heritage mean there's a great choice of local produce to enjoy.
The pull of the British seaside is a strong one and it draws many an escapee to the coast. But for today's couple, the pull is so strong, it's dragging them from the other side of the Atlantic.
Hello, I'm Maria.
And I'm Brian.
And we're from Toronto and we'd love to escape to the country.
Brian and Maria have been living in the suburbs of Toronto, Canada since the 1980s, where the husband and wife, real estate investors, built up a tidy nest egg as the city grew and grew.
You can see the traffic right now, the pollution, the congestion, everything else.
But I do still miss the countryside in England. The hikes and the seaside and the landscape is absolutely beautiful. So I'd really love to go back.
The couple were both born in the UK, were married in London and are regular visitors to this country. Now they plan to swap their frequent flights back and forth to visit friends and Maria's family in Blighty for a permanent move to the countryside in Dorset.
What we're most looking forward to is to be able to be close to community. We go to little coffee places, little pubs. We'll be able to go on hikes. We'll go out on the river. We try different things, different hobbies.
And Brian has a yearning for some land where he might dip his toe into farming life.
An acreage,
Yes.
bit of acre or two, that would be fine.
Because I know
with us
that you're looking for cows, aren't you? Which is very different.
Cash buyers Maria and Brian are lucky enough to have set aside £1.25 million to fund their dream Dorset home. But they also have some flexibility on top of that if needed. They want a detached property that's ready to move into. It should have a spacious kitchen, at least 3 bedrooms, and garaging for a couple of cars. They'd like a good-sized garden, and land for a few cows would be a welcome bonus.
So I'm off to meet Maria and Brian now, and I'm really excited to meet them because from the video that I've seen of them at their house in Canada, they look a really relaxed, really fun, happy couple. I wonder how they're feeling right now because, wow, what an adventure they're embarking on. But I guess ultimately they're coming home, aren't they? So hopefully, whilst it probably seems daunting for them, it's excitement that they're feeling first and foremost.
My first option for them is taking us to the village of West Parley. Before I show them the house, we're meeting at the nearby nature reserve, where the landscape bears more than a passing resemblance to the country they've just left.
Canada to Dorset, it's quite a contrast, isn't it? Although I have just been thinking as I brought you through here, we actually could be in Canada, couldn't we?
We could.
So what's the appeal of Dorset then? To encourage you to move here all the way from Canada?
I've always loved this area and to be closer to the sea is beautiful. And there's certainly lots of opportunity to do things and be adventurous and enjoy the weather here.
And the one thing we're not bringing with us, Jenny, is the snow.
Yeah,
That's a wonderful key
yes.
ingredient, by the way.
It does snow here. I hate to break that to you. Not as much as Canada, though, I'll give you that.
Yeah. I think we can leave the snowshoes at home.
Yeah, definitely. So it's an exciting, fresh start.
Yes.
More than exciting.
And this kind of area appeals to you, does it? This is the kind of...
Absolutely. We're outside people. We like to be as outside as much as possible. And being in the countryside is certainly something that we really love.
Well, that is great to hear, because the major benefit of this area is it is a 2-minute walk from the house I want to show you.
Oh, that's incredible, isn't it? Oh, I'm very excited now to see this house.
Come on, let's try and turn this dream into a reality, shall we?
Absolutely.
Located on the River Stour, West Parley is a large village with a good range of facilities to hand, including hairdressers and barbers, takeaways and medical services for both humans and animals. Bournemouth, with its train station and airport, is around 4 miles away. This and other destinations can be reached via a choice of 6 regular bus routes. I've already shown them the nature reserve in the northern outskirts of the village that's not unlike the Canadian countryside. And nearby, in a residential close, is a home that may feel familiar too.
That's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, I love the front of it.
Modern, with, I think, a really nice character twist.
Bigger than I expected.
Yeah, oh yeah, lots of space too in front, isn't it? Incredible, isn't it? I can see us being here.
It looks kind of Canadian.
Well, just the front here with the wooden look looks very familiar.
And the double-car garage is very typical of at home.
Yes.
And also you've got community. They have street parties here.
No.
Well, I certainly like the idea of that.
Whoa. As soon as you said street party.
Yeah, I'm in.
So that's the location sorted. Would you like to look inside?
Oh, I'd
Yes,
love to look
please.
inside.
Come on, let's explore.
This 1950s property has been extensively rebuilt and remodelled by the current owners to create a large and luxurious home.
So come on in. You've got loads of space in Canada, and there's a lot of space in this house.
This is fabulous. Oof. Look at the space here. This is incredible, isn't it? It feels similar to home, actually, which is nice.
Feels big.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Let's move into the main living space and see if we still get that home from home vibe, shall we?
Yeah.
Again, it's a great size.
Oh, very big.
Yes, it's
My,
stunning,
my,
isn't
my,
it?
my.
It's stunning. And the lovely fireplace in the back there, and the
We didn't think
so
homes
much room.
this size existed in England.
It's got a really nice vibe in this room, hasn't it?
It
It has, it really has, yeah.
When can we move in? Pleasantly surprised.
Good. Let's go and take a look at the kitchen.
All right.
Yeah.
So the light vibe is carrying on in here.
Oh, yes.
I'm loving it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, this is brilliant, isn't it? Look at the skylight up there as well. That is gorgeous. I love lots and lots of light, especially in the kitchen. We have a big island at home with lots of chairs, just like this. This is perfect, isn't it?
So you've got the great sized kitchen.
Yes.
Obviously table there. Off to the right is a lovely formal dining room as well. And then there's
Yeah.
another beautiful little snug off to the left. So it's a really lovely entertaining
Great
space.
for entertaining, isn't it? I could see myself in here with a few hundred other people.
From the street party.
Yes. This is a great party house. And the brilliant thing is you have some fabulous bedrooms for when everybody's had too much of a good time and they can't make it home.
Perfect.
Should we go and
There
explore
we go.
them?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are 4 bedrooms in total. The first is on the ground floor. And like all of the rooms, it's a generous sized double with an ensuite bathroom. The ground floor also provides a utility room, along with a versatile hobby or office space. Completing this floor is a downstairs cloakroom. Upstairs, the remaining 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms are located off a large landing.
So again, it's a good size up here, isn't it?
Oh, yes, this is nice and bright. It's big, isn't it? And we could put a couch in and stuff, couldn't it? Make it lovely.
There are 2 guest rooms, both doubles, with walk-in wardrobes and ensuite facilities. And then there is the largest room that could be Brian and Maria's.
So I think this might be the main bedroom.
This is nice, isn't it? This is really lovely.
Interestingly, for a British house, all the 3 bedrooms up here have got good-sized walk-in wardrobes in each room and also an ensuite. So, Pin, have a look. Go for it. And it's a good-sized one.
Oh, yes, it is.
boy.
And double
boy.
sinks.
I like it.
Yeah.
Very,
I can
very
actually
nice.
see ourselves here, can't you?
Yeah, all day long.
Okay.
OK, well, we know there's plenty of space in the house. You're happy with that?
Yes.
The garden, I'm going to take you to explore that. And
Terrific.
Lovely.
And you know what's going to come then? You're going to have to start thinking about what this one is in the market for.
Yes.
Outside, the house can be accessed via 2 separate driveways, both with good amounts of off-street parking. The integral garage has power and also lighting. And a plot of around 1/3 of an acre offers patio seating, some of it under the shade of a mature apple tree. Bifold doors via the kitchen diner take us into the garden.
So how does the garden compare to home?
Looks big.
Big.
Very big. But the best part, Ginny, is you hear the noise.
Peaceful.
Yeah, there's no noise at all.
Nice and quiet.
Yeah.
Until we have lots of people over, of course.
Yes. Back to that street party.
So the bit that's coming now, of course, is the tricky bit. It's where we start to talk about the price. How much do you know about what's going on in the property market here in the UK?
We have to be straight with you, and we really don't know.
Yeah,
Our
budget.
business is real estate back in Canada, and we just sold a big property in Toronto, and our numbers were skewed for what it sold for.
Yeah.
So when you're coming up to this question, I'm perplexed.
OK, so it's definitely the top end of our budget. I'm going to say $1 million.
OK.
Yeah.
I think it's too big. I think it should go 1,175.
So £1.175 million. I'm afraid both of you are out on this one. It's on the market for £1.3 million.
That's not too bad.
OK.
Yeah.
Good. It's literally, you buy this, you move in, you get on with your life.
Yeah. And nothing more to do with it. There's no renovations or... Perfect.
Now you know the price, you've got that in your mind, go in, explore, have a good look around, just see, you know, see if you feel comfortable in it, and I'll come and find you.
Lovely. Thank you.
Great.
Off you go.
Thank you.
Although the asking price is pushing over their top budget, cash buyers Maria and Brian have said they have some flexibility and with no chain are in a very good position to negotiate. This extensively remodelled 1950s home gives them spacious reception rooms, 4 ensuite bedrooms and a double garage in an edge-of-village community. All in all, loads of space for them and any guests they'd like to welcome.
This is really nice.
What do we have
isn't
here?
it? I can imagine us sitting here just in the evening after having a couple of drinks in there, sitting down here.
No, I wouldn't change much here at all.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised with the Canadiana look, with the size and spaciousness of the inside. It was everything and more than we expected.
I love to be sociable and I certainly like to have lots of people around. So for me, this place would be perfect for that because there's lots of space for guests to stay over and have a good time.
Hello, all done?
All done, yes.
Have we found you a home from home?
I believe you have. This is wonderful.
Good.
Fantastic.
Good. And the best bit? Blue skies, not so much snow.
No snow.
A 16-mile drive west of our Canadian-flavoured house tour, we're giving our couple a proper slice of Dorset life in the market town of Wareham. Pretty waterside walks and boat trips can be enjoyed along the River Frome. And if you can bear to tear yourself away, 2 trains an hour stop by here on the London to Weymouth line.
We've got fantastic cafes, we've got independent shops, we've got lots of carbon-friendly shops as well, which are really focusing on environments. There's a lot going on in a fairly small traditional place.
The food scene is buzzing here too, whether you fancy tucking into something at a gastropub, a cosy tea room or a spot of fine dining.
Dorset's a fantastic county for local produce. We use as much as we possibly can. Beef, lamb and pork right on the doorstep.
Maria and Brian are popping into a pub on the High Street to discover more of the area's culinary and cultural delights from owner and resident Janet Strange.
Thank you so much for having us, Janet. This is something that is outrageous. We would never find a place in Toronto that could come up with this. What else have you got to offer here?
Lots of local breweries here. We've got breweries in Studland, Sandbanks, Dorchester, Purbeck Brewery as well. So good local old-fashioned ales and good food.
What is Wareham like? Is there lots going on?
Well, Wareham is sort of the gateway to the Jurassic Coast, and it's a great place to start your adventures because you've got Purbeck one way, you've got Dorchester another way, so it's a good central place to start. We have the Rex Cinema, which is just wonderful. It's wonderful to go back to an old-fashioned cinema and see old films. We have the Purbeck Film Festival, the Folk Festival, the Blues Festival. There's so much you can do to join in and become a part of the local community.
Waterside Wareham looks like it could be just the place for Brian and Maria to start making those community connections.
It's gorgeous.
Been an eye-opener, to say the least.
Now let's get back to sourcing the property they want to make home. For the next option, we're heading to the rural surroundings of the hamlet of Charlebring. Wimborne Minster is around 6 miles away, a pretty market town where the River Allen meets the Stour. It has a large choice of places to eat as well as independent shops and hosts a large gathering of dancers and musicians at its annual folk festival.
Petty officer discharged to HMS.
6 miles away on a quiet country lane in Charlebring is my next proposition.
So I thought we'd bring you a little more rural with this one.
That is big, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so wide. And a nice big driveway. It's fantastic, isn't it? Look at the lawn. Beautiful. This is definitely more English than the last one.
Brian, you seem slightly more reserved in your reaction to this one.
I really was into the first one, but I'm still open-minded. I think we've got a lot to see here.
OK, so let's go and explore it.
This extended 1960s home is hiding its light beneath a bushel, because the real joy is revealed once you step through the front door and see what lies to the rear of the home.
So come on in. Got a view to greet you.
That is stunning. Look at that, Brian. That's beautiful, isn't it?
I want to drag you away and kick off in the lounge. So yeah, you'll be happy to see that we have great views from this as well.
That is idyllic, isn't it?
What's lovely about this house is that all the rooms run along here, and most of them, downstairs and upstairs, have that view. But if you, turn around to this bit, and it's still nice and cosy.
Oh,
You've got
look at that. That's really nice, isn't it?
I'm warming to this.
And it's modern, even though it has that little bit of an old touch to it. It's still got the modern look, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So I want to take you to the opposite end of the house and show you the kitchen, because, again, you can really take in the lovely view that you've got.
Great.
OK, let's squeeze through. So you've got a downstairs shower room, great-sized dining room, there, the more formal room.
OK.
And in here is a utility.
OK.
And then into the kitchen.
This is the perfect size, isn't it? I love the size of it, yeah.
Of course, when you're cooking and entertaining, got that.
Oh, gorgeous.
Pleasantly surprised with this.
Yeah. And it has everything in it, doesn't it? It really does.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you around the garden and the land.
Okay.
I'll just drop that in, the land. But I'd like you guys to go and explore upstairs on your own on this one and see what you make of it.
Off we go.
It seems that Brian's being swayed by the interior space on offer here, and completing the downstairs is a further reception space with views of the front garden. The dedicated sleeping quarters are upstairs. 4 bedrooms run side by side across the width of the home, linked by a landing. At the far end of this is a family bathroom that can also act as an ensuite to the first of the guest bedrooms. Next to this is the largest of the guest rooms, a spacious double with a Jack and Jill ensuite that is shared by a further guest bedroom. Finally, bedroom 4, the largest on offer, really maximises the rural outlook.
Oh, and look, you can sit there on the little balcony.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
It's
Gorgeous,
big.
Yeah,
it's big.
Lovely and big. Look, there's a door here. Let's take it up and see if it's a Oh, yeah.
Terrific.
Look, yeah.
Everything you need?
Yeah, toilet and everything.
Terrific.
We definitely didn't win them over with this house at first sight, but I think they're warming to it now they're inside. And one of the things that is definitely appealing to them is this view.
And the pièce de résistance upstairs is a purpose-built sun lounge.
Wow. What do you think of this?
Oh, wow. That is incredible. Look at the view.
Look at the land.
Look how far you can see. Look.
And the good news is that much of this spectacular view is land that comes with the house, a total of around 2 acres. Outbuildings include a detached double garage and a stable block.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, we're going to have a wander because there's quite a lot to explore out here.
OK, great. Looking forward to it.
The formal gardens lead on through fruit trees to a selection of paddocks. Perfect for some animal ambitions.
Just ready-made for sheep, a couple of cows.
I'm delighted you showed this to us, Jenny.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah?
It really is.
You're turning
Very
my
English.
mind, changing my mind.
Yeah.
You've done good with this one, especially
really
with the
have.
land. This is terrific.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, let's see if I've done good with the price, shall we?
All right.
So what do you think that this one is on the market for? Who's going to go first on this one?
Well, because of all the land that's here, I'm going to go for 1.2.
OK, so £1.2 million. That's
Yes.
quite close to
It
the
is.
top end of your budget.
Yes.
Brian, are you sharing that view?
I'm going to go lower. Might be way off, but I'll go 900.
Well, you actually weren't that far off, Brian. But it's not quite as low as you said. It's on the market for £995,000.
Well, wow.
Yeah. You've got a slice of English countryside, but with money left in the budget to make the house the way you guys would want it to be.
Right.
What's going through your mind now?
Well, you'll have to give us some time for that one.
Oh, I like it.
This rurally located 1960s house delivers a large kitchen for entertaining and a total of 4 bedrooms plus 4 bathrooms. Around 2 acres of land opens up those country lifestyle options.
You could have sheep. You could have goats.
I see cows. I don't know.
All
why I
kind of
see
animals.
cows.
That'll certainly keep us fit, having all this room to farm on.
One of the criterias was some land for possible farm usage because of this fantasy I have of being a farmer. Now we have to determine which property works for us.
That dream I always had of returning to England is starting to become real. I think it's really going to make a difference for us, and that's all I can say.
I hope this teaches you never to judge a book by its cover.
I will learn. I have learned.
Absolutely, yes.
Great day's house hunting. I think we should head off now.
You've done good, Jenny.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
We're decamping half a mile from our property viewing below the striking folly of Horton Tower, built by a wealthy 18th century gentleman.
Right then, you two, how has it been for you today?
It's been a real eye-opener, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Just thinking about it sitting at home or 3,000 miles away and imagining what it could be like. This has really opened us up, that we could really imagine ourselves living here now.
It's been better than we expected. So you've done a very good job for us.
What are you looking forward to most about the move here?
I'm looking forward to be able to spend so much more time, well, in England and in the countryside with my friends and my family, and doing everything over a couple of months rather than just trying to squash it all into a week.
I'm looking forward to what's right behind you.
Yeah.
I think we've had a good day. We've got more to come tomorrow. I think we should just take some time to relax because there's a big day ahead of us.
Lovely.
Lovely.
For those looking to buy a home in Dorset, it's worth knowing a thing or two about the current market trends. Detached properties in the county have seen a yearly rise of around 10%, with Dorset averages about £53,000 above the UK average. Those looking to buy an apartment can enjoy a slightly cooler market, with average prices of just over £173,000. With over 1,000 square miles to consider, here are some pointers on honing down that perfect Dorset location.
Drive around, look around. Dorset's more than just the coast. There's so much more here. And if you're coming to retire, for example, look at areas where there's hobbies that you can take up or hobbies that you do. So if you're a golfer, buy near a golf course. If you like sport, maybe near a sports centre. If you're a family, look at the schools. So research the area well, because Dorset is so varied.
If you prefer a brisk hike in the great outdoors over gardening duties, this 3-bedroomed end terrace with no outside plot to tend enjoys direct access to the southwest coast path as it passes the magnificent Corfe Castle. Cook up a storm in the Shakers-style kitchen and huddle from the elements around the cosy fireplace. On the market for £550,000. Beach lovers might want to cast an eye over this characterful 4-bed semi. The country kitchen and diner opens out onto a charming garden. Located by an unspoilt stretch of coastline managed by the National Trust, it's got an asking price of £650,000. For a short break in the area, this small but perfectly formed holiday rental was once a reading room for the locals to catch up on the daily newspapers. It's now an open-plan bolt hole for up to 2 guests, with a choice of 2 sofa beds. It costs £120 a night. Yesterday, I eased Canadian citizens Brian and Maria into their return to English roots in Dorset with 2 modern options in very different settings. Today, my final offering, the Mystery House, is in the west of the county and the village of Usk as well. Located inside the Dorset area of outstanding natural beauty and just 5 miles from the coast, this small village scores high on community spirit, as the many winning plaques testify. There's a good selection of walks, as well as quiet lanes flanked by attractive cottages. Whilst Maria and Brian explore the area, I've gone ahead to the mystery property I'm planning to show them.
This one, there is so much going on with it. I need to refresh my mind before I show it to Maria and Brian, because it looks like one beautiful English country cottage, doesn't it? But actually it was about 4 buildings all amalgamated into one, and there is a lot happening here. Look at this place. It's absolutely packed with history. The stories these walls could tell, eh? I think my only worry about this house is that whilst it is magnificent, is it almost too much of a contrast to what we showed them yesterday?
There's a section at the rear, now used as a utility room, that once housed a blacksmith's forge. And next to this is what was once the village bakery. So now to take our couple back in time.
Oh, this is beautiful. Gorgeous. It's stunning, isn't it?
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Very enchanting.
Yes.
Very.
It's a good word. The mystery is the history with this one. We really wanted to show you something that was so English and so historic.
This is proper English.
Yeah.
Proper.
And I don't know if you just stop and listen for a moment and just tell me what you can hear.
I hear it. The
Beautiful stream, yes. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Well, look, there's so much I want to show you in this property. Should we make a start?
Absolutely.
Because we may be a while.
The main section of the house dates to 1860, but parts of the rest of the building are thought to be older. Our tour starts in the kitchen diner, where the period features include the prehistoric.
So come on in. Said there was a lot of history, didn't I?
This is gorgeous.
Look at the sky.
Yes. So natural, isn't it?
You've got Jurassic stone in your kitchen.
Oh, wow.
So if you look in the stone, you will see fossils.
We're standing on
in our
history.
kitchen.
This is wonderful.
Yeah, this is incredible. This is more than I could ever imagine.
There's a lovely sitting room, cosy sitting room through there with a log burner.
This is doing everything right. We're ticking all the boxes.
Oh!
We're leaving this main part of the home with the kitchen and heading for what was once a separate cottage. It's now linked by a hallway extension.
So this is a new addition that links all the old properties. If you see here, this was the original doorway to the cottage. And then as you come into what was the old cottage, you've got more of this lovely Jurassic stone floor.
This leads to another extension overlooking the front garden.
So this is the latest addition to the property, this beautiful sunroom.
That is gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at the space. It's fabulous. Really sort of, oh wow, this just really feels like I could be here.
Yeah, you're giving us too much to think about.
I would really like you guys just to explore this house together. You've got 7 bedrooms, and actually it could be divided, this property. Would you want to run a B&B?
Yeah,
that's a possibility,
absolutely,
actually.
yeah.
We've talked about that before as well, haven't we? Yeah, that would be good.
Well, there's definitely the opportunity to do this here. So go off, explore. I'll find you in about, what, a day and a half or something?
Yeah. Can we make it 2?
The former bakery still features the original bread oven.
What the heck is this? Look at this.
Wow, that's incredible.
Oh, we got to find out what this is all about.
Yeah. So this is where you're going to go when you misbehave.
Don't be cheeky.
So whilst Brian and Maria explore the house, I wanted to show you this, which is just outside. Beautifully restored phone box. 3 guesses what it contains. And no, it is not a village library, as lovely as they are. It is, in fact, a working payphone. Honestly, I've not seen one of these in absolutely years. Just for the novelty, I'm going to phone my mum.
There are 2 further floors upstairs. On the first floor, there are no fewer than 7 bedrooms. The older wing of the property houses a bathroom and 3 guest rooms, the largest of which is double aspect.
Oh, this is nice, isn't it? Hey, isn't it?
It's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a perfect
It's a
cottage.
quintessential English place.
Yes.
There's potential here, Brian, to make this a separate annex and possibly do the bed and breakfast we were talking about.
Yeah. Actually, that could be a very good idea, actually. Yeah.
The 4 remaining bedrooms lie in the main brick and flint part of the cottage. 3 of them are served by another family bathroom and the 4th has ensuite facilities. But if a floor of 7 bedrooms was not enough, there's also the converted loft space.
Look at this. A whole new area. Oh, it's incredible, isn't it? And still spacious at the top.
I think we might have to rethink that master bedroom.
Yeah, absolutely.
This mystery house gives them the most accommodation of all the properties we've toured, but the outside space is the most modest. Still, it's a decent-sized garden, totalling around 1/4 of an acre, including a summer house at the front, and at the back a greenhouse, veg patch and fruit bushes.
Foraging in the kitchen garden. It's delicious raspberries. Well, you didn't get lost then, luckily.
No, barely.
There certainly is a lot of
We
room.
very well could have.
Yeah, there's so many different options, isn't there, when you're thinking about what you could actually do with this place. Certainly can see possibilities here.
Absolutely. You've delivered a perfect English cottage. Is close to the sea, is close to everything we need, but also gives us the privacy and the quiet and that country vibe that we were looking for.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see what you value this property at.
I'm going to go slap on £1 million.
£1 million.
Million quid. Yeah.
OK.
I'm going to go above that because I think it's just got so much to offer. I'm going to go to 1.3.
1.3 million.
Yeah.
OK. It's on the market for £1.2 million.
OK.
So, yeah,
Okay,
I mean, you're
can see
in
that as
a fabulous area.
well, yeah.
The gamble of my mystery with the history seems to have paid off. Below budget, it's a great place for them to start their English country adventure, with bags of period character, an incredible kitchen diner, 7 bedrooms, plus further accommodation in the converted loft. The house sits next to a stream in a charming village, within 5 miles of the coast.
That was incredible. That was very interesting. Yeah, lots to think about now.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I can imagine after those 3 houses there is a lot going through your mind.
Yes.
So Shall we just go and let you just take a moment? Have a
I
think?
think that's a great idea.
Come
That'd be
on.
great.
Dorset's appeal to those looking to retire means that almost a third of the population here are over the age of 65. And with that can come age-related needs. Having those met shouldn't mean giving up on a country life. I've come to Rylands Farm near Sherborne, where Julie Plumley has set up the Countryman's Club to support older men in a rural setting.
So the Countryman is really fascinating. This is a farm, but it's not a traditional farm in that sense, is it? Because you use this for some brilliant projects. So tell me a bit about that.
The Countryman was started about 10 years ago, and it was when Dad had Parkinson's disease and Mum needed a break. Dad is not very social. He's a farmer. All the day centres were indoors. All the day centres were sedentary. They were all sat down. And Dad would never talk if he was sat down. He was just a doing man. So he set up the Countryman's Club, really for Dad. It's not just for farmers. You know, these men are engineers, policemen, postmen, cyclists, footballers, but they're anybody that likes to see the sky, feel the wind.
Your dad must be, or must have been, really proud of you.
I feel like it's his legacy that no man should not be offered this if they want it.
And it takes a dedicated team to sensitively support the elderly and retired club gents.
What do you do here, Harry?
I'm a volunteer. We get the men preparing food for the donkeys, for the goats and for the pigs, and then we take them out to the various pens where the animals are to feed them. It gives the men some exercise, get their boots muddy as well. A lot of them have been involved in the countryside before, so it's memories. It gives them little memory joggers as to what they used to do. And
the farm provides therapeutic activities for men of all ages who might be coping with dementia, Parkinson's or loneliness.
Hey, chaps. How are you all?
Okay.
Oh, lovely. Who's this?
This is Max.
Max,
Max,
yes.
Max the daddy donkey.
Ah, Max the daddy. Lovely. How long have you guys been coming to the project then?
For a year and a half I've been here.
What do you like about it?
Nice and sort of casual.
Were both of you from farming backgrounds?
Well, we were living in London and during the we'd go away to my grandparents' farm, and they had some horses there, and better horses than I could ride. And then they had little fellas like this that we could go out on.
Does it bring back memories being here?
Oh yes, yes. It's. I think it's the four legs and.
Totally new experience for me because I wasn't in farming. It's all new to me really, and getting used to the animals and getting with them is nice.
Come out and just have a bit of fun, a bit of laughter. We all need it.
It's not just the men themselves who find support here.
OK, we'll shut the lid down over. Good on you. OK.
The family members are involved too, like Rose and Victoria.
My husband Jeff used to come to the Countryman's Club. He came for 4 years. He was an ex-farmer. I'd been struggling to get my husband to walk at home. We got down here. He got out the car and he shot across the yard as if there was nothing wrong with him. And this place just has that effect, I think, on the men that come.
My father came down to Dorset 3 years ago, struggling with anxiety and depression and needed more family support. And it was actually his mental health team that suggested he started coming down here. And he's been coming every week since, so it's been a wonderful thing. And we all love it because you all get to know the animals and get to know when a new calf has been born, and that's something lovely that we can tell the children, my father's grandchildren, when we get home. So it's a terrific place.
It must be lovely as a daughter to see your dad come out of his shell like that.
It is actually, yeah. He was really quite unwell before he moved down here, and mental health is a long road, but this place has been a fantastic pit stop on that road for us. Yeah.
I've loved being here today, seeing all the animals, chatting to everybody, and it's actually making me think quite a lot about my own granddad and how he would have benefited so much from having a place like this to come to. And when we live in a time where so many older people are isolated or have mental health problems, for me it makes it a really special place.
Now to find out if Maria and Brian are ready to start their next chapter with the 3 very different options I've given them to make their move from Canada to the Dorset countryside.
How are you both feeling now?
It's been a really great journey. We have really seen some wonderful places.
We've come to a conclusion that if we were to choose, it would be between the first one and the third one.
They're really different.
Yes, they are.
One of them is like a slice of Canada,
right,
here in Dorset, and the other one is very much a slice of English history.
Yes.
What's going to happen?
We're definitely going to go for one or the other.
If I had to push you, which one?
I think I would probably steer more towards the last one we saw, just because the garden and the fact that it was really cottagey and it had great old English feel to it.
And as they say, opposites attract. I like the Canadian version, the first property, only because it doesn't require any work. We've got a lot of decisions to make, and you've made it very difficult for us in a very good way.
Yes.
So it's been absolutely just such a joy house hunting with you, and I'm really excited that we've been able to kick-start this adventure, so promise you'll let us know what happens.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure, Jenny. It really has to be toured around these.
I don't think we could have done it without you.
No.
I want that street party.
Of
Yes.
course.
I'd love a street party. It's been a real adventure helping Brian and Maria make their escape from another continent. You know, it's such a big move for them, despite the fact that they both have their roots here in the UK. When you look at that beautiful Dorset countryside behind me, who can blame them for wanting to live here? But where will they live? Are they going to opt for a slice of Canadian comfort or go for the mystery with the history? Who knows? But wherever they do end up, we wish them all the best with their homecoming. That's it from me. I'll see you next time.
Brian and Maria returned to Wareham to spend a couple more days exploring the area. They've since offered the full asking price for that first house. But sadly, it's been sold to another buyer. We wish them every success with their continued search. If you'd like to escape to the country in Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales or England and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.